My assignment this morning is a charge. As it is, God always orders things because I see that Pastor Tola already preached. But my assignment is a charge. So I hope you will still like me when I'm done. But you know what? For the non-Yoruba speaking people, you are not afraid of the people you have been sent to deliver a message to. You're only afraid of the one that has sent you to deliver the message. So I don't worry about what you feel. And I'm not in a like me contest. I just want to do what is the will of the Father this morning. So I hope we'll all be satisfied. My message is titled, He Whom the Son Has Set Free is free indeed. He whom the Son has set free is free indeed. That scripture, which we all quote very easily, is from John chapter 8, verse 36. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. But this is just taking it as a short version. If you go and read that scripture and you read a little further, you will understand the context of it. But this line in itself anchors my assignment for you this morning. A lot of us, in fact, let me start this way. Can you stand up? Everybody in church. Thank you. Because I want us to understand what this freedom means. If you know you're born again, and if you die today, you're going to heaven, and you're confident of it, sit down. If you like, lie. It's not my problem. Because it's not me. It's between you and God. And in case we die tomorrow, it's you that will face God alone and have to account for that. And honestly, I am so proud of the people that are standing, and I thank you for your honesty. May the Lord bless you. The great thing about this is it doesn't cost you money to receive that freedom. The salvation that we have is a gift of God. Somebody already paid the price, 100% plus extra. When Jesus died, he died for you and paid for your salvation. And through that, he set you free. So that's your freedom paid for. However, somebody can say, I have paid for your food. If you don't go and collect it, it's useless. That person wasted their money paying for you. So, in understanding that you're free, you must first know that somebody has paid the price and you have accepted the price that was paid. Yeah, you can sit down. There would be time to make the altar call after. Then you can decide which way you want to go. And that will be all on you. Nothing on me and on the pastor. As long as they continue to preach the word and give you the choice to choose Jesus, the choice you make is what you are accountable for. And for the multitude that all sat down, then God sent me to you. Because if you are saying, the Son has set me free, and I'm free indeed, let's establish a few things. And I will hold you accountable for that confession that you made. Because God is not in the business of wasting resources. God raised an army for a reason. And he expects the army to perform and deliver. Not to be comfortable and sit on it. Oh, I have victory, so I sit. Well, the city will be reattacked if the men of the city do not stay alert or stay woke, as your people say in this, your country. You know, woke, we don't understand that one in Nigeria. Anyway, Galatians 5:1 says, for freedom Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore, and do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. Now, if you read, I like reading TPT because it has a nice way of explaining things. So Galatians 5 verse 1 in TPT says, at last we have freedom, for Christ has set us free. We must always cherish this truth and firmly refuse to go back into the bondage of our past. Now, what does this freedom mean? Because there's no point if someone has won the victory for you and you live every day as if you're in bondage. There's no point if the price has been paid and then you take your plate and go and beg for food. There's no point if someone says you already have in fact, I'll tell you a real life story. So the first time my house help was traveling to England with me, she was far away because she was in economy. But when we landed in London, and I said, okay, so Charity, did you eat? She said no. So all the food, all the drink and everything they gave her, she refused. Do you know why? She thought she had to pay for it. Real story. We had paid for it when we bought the ticket. She didn't even go to the toilet. No. It was her first time, understandably. She didn't know what her rights were for the price we had paid. And so every time they offered her something, she said, no, thank you. That was the answer. When she told me, we laughed. And then explained to her, Charity, everything was paid for. It was yours to take. Of course, now she's a pro. We're laughing at her. How many of us are born again and live like Christ didn't die for you? How many of us act like we're beggars when we're children of the King? How many of us act like we should be hungry when food has been over-provided for you? How many of us walk in fear when courage, the Bible says that the children of the lion, there's what? The children of God are as bold as a lion. How can the child of the lion act like a coward? How many of us bow in fear at the sight of mere beings? It doesn't matter what God has done. If you don't understand it, and you don't catch it, and you don't own it, and you don't leave it, it will forever remain out of your reach. The victory has been won for you. Your freedom has been bought. Christ paid for it on the cross. But what does it entail? It's about what you understand of it. Everyone has a Bible, either on your phone and physical. But it's useless to you guys, except you know what's written in it. The promises of the Bible, they're real. They're live. But except you find them enough to own them and walk with them and run with them. Your pastor will preach every Sunday and every other day, and you'll be preaching about things that you already own, yet you'll be living outside of it. Because God made us in his image, after his own likeness. We have the gift of will. We're not robots that God made, and we're not forced to conform to what he intended for us in the work of salvation. He allowed us the choice to know the truth and for the truth to set us free. But even when we know the truth, we must own it. We must live it. We must run with it. We must believe it. Because sometimes when preachers preach, they say, they should come and try my life. Then they will know that thing cannot be true. I have tried. No, there are seasons in our lives. Everything doesn't work at every moment as we think. The yoke of slavery, the burdensome restriction and obligations of living under the law, fear, guilt or sin, as opposed to the freedom found in faith and grace. So when Galatians 5:1 says, for freedom Christ has set us free. Stand firm therefore and do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. It means that even though we have been set free, we can willfully put ourselves back under the yoke. How? If you don't know the word, you will not benefit from it.